Reading data from a source and writing data to a destination, that is I/O operations, are essential in a computer program. In this module, we will look at how Java supports I/O. The objective is to learn what is I/O and how is it achieved in Java, different ways in which data can be read from input and returned to output. Some basics of I/O. I/O means input, output. Input is reading information from a source. Output is writing information to a destination. The source or destination can be console, file, etc. Let's look at stream. I/O is performed through stream. A stream is an abstraction that either produces or consumes information. It is linked to a physical device. The device can be different, but the way stream works remains the same. Irrespective of the way data is handled from a source and to a destination, the abstraction provided makes it simple to program. Here's a pictorial representation of stream in action. We have a source, we have a program. So we read information from the source into the program through the stream. Here in this case, we have the source and a program, and we write information from the program to the source through the stream. There are two types of streams, byte streams and character streams. Byte streams are used to handle input and output of bytes. For example, when reading or writing binary data. While character streams are used to handle input and output of characters. Both byte streams and character streams are defined by two class hierarchies, which will be shown next. Byte streams has two abstract classes at the top of the class hierarchy, which is the input stream and output stream. These have concrete subclasses that handle differences between various devices like disk files, network connections, etc. These classes define several key methods like read, write, which are declared abstract, which are overridden by the subclasses. The character streams has two abstract classes at the top of class hierarchy, which are reader and writer. These classes handle Unicode character streams. These classes define several key methods like read, write, which are declared abstract, which are overridden by subclasses. Let's look at the byte stream classes. Below are a few classes which derive from input stream and output stream. File input stream reads from a file 1 byte at a time. File output stream writes to a file 1 byte at a time. Byte array input stream reads from a byte array 1 byte at a time. Byte array output stream writes to a byte array 1 byte at a time. Buffered input stream reads from a source many bytes at a time. Internally uses buffer to store data read from the stream. Buffered output stream writes to a destination many bytes at a time. Internally uses buffer to store data provided by the program. There are a lot of other classes which are not listed here. Character stream classes. Below are a few classes which derive from reader and writer classes. File reader reads from a file 1 character at a time. File writer writes to a file 1 character at a time. Char array reader reads from a character array 1 character at a time. Char array writer writes to a character 1 character at a time. Buffered reader reads from a source many characters at a time. Internally uses buffer to store data read from the stream. Buffered writer writes to a destination many characters at a time. Internally uses buffer to store data provided by the program. String reader reads from a string. String writer writes to a string. There are a lot of other classes which are not listed here. The predefined streams in Java. System is a class predefined in Java. It contains predefined stream variables in, out, and ERR, which indicates error. In refers to standard input, which is keyboard by default. It is of type input stream. Out refers to standard output, which is the console by default. It is of type print stream. ERR refers to standard output, which is console by default. It is of type print stream. These streams can be redirected to any compatible I/O devices. Reading console input using read. We have a class console input demo which has a main method. The system.in is used to read from console. It attaches a stream to the console. Read method reads a character and returns an integer value. If end of stream is encountered, -1 is returned. When the integer value is cast to char, the entered char is obtained. This program continues to read the console input until Q is entered. When Q is entered, the program stops running. Here is the output of a sample run of this program. The output looks different from what is entered. This is because input is passed to the program only when enter is pressed. So when we type ABC123Q, it is printed as A on the first line, B next line, C next line, 1 next line, 2 next line, 3 next line. Let's run this program and check the output. There's a small variation. I have just taken out the cast just to demonstrate how the read method works. As we had seen, the read method reads a character at a time. It reads the int value. So let's try to print that int value here. So here we are prompted to enter a character. So I'm going to enter A. So we see 97, which represents small a, and 10 is for the new line character, the enter that we had pressed. Similarly, if I press a B, so we have 98, which represents small b, and 10 is for the new line character, the enter that we had pressed after B. Now let's enter Q, so it will terminate this program. Let's apply the cast to get back the char value, and let's run this program again. So let's enter the characters and press. So we have all the characters printed in the output, followed by Q, which terminates this program. Reading console input using readLine method. We have console input demo class, which has the main method. In this case, the system in is used to read from console again. It attaches a stream to the console. To read the entire string, readLine needs to be used. ReadLine is provided by the buffered reader class. Buffered reader needs an input stream reader, which converts the bytes to characters. Now the buffered reader is a character-based stream that is linked to the console via systemin. This program continues to read the console input until stop is entered. Here is the output of the sample run of this program. The entire line of text is read when enter is pressed. So if we type ABCDEF and press enter, the entire line is read and the output is the same line ABCDEF. Similarly, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 0. When you press enter, we get the same output back. And when stop is typed, the program terminates. Let's run this program and check the working of this program. So the expectation is that we'll be able to read the entire line using the readLine method. So here again, we are prompted to enter some text. So let's enter random characters. So we see the entire line is read. Let's enter a few more text. So we see that the entire line is read by the readLine method of the buffer reader class. So to terminate, we enter stop text and the program is terminated. Writing console output. Writing to console can be achieved using print and println methods, which we have already seen. These methods belong to print stream class. System.out refers to an object of the print stream class. Print stream class is an output stream derived from the class output stream. Print methods write bytes. An alternative method of print stream class can be used to write characters. Writing to console using system.out is recommended only for debugging purposes. Here's a short program that uses write method to output the character A followed by a new line character to the console. Print writer class is one of the character based classes. The recommended way of writing to the console is using print writer stream. It supports the print and the println methods. In this example program, we construct an object of print writer using the below constructor. In this case, the system.out is of type output stream and true is used to indicate flush on new line. Flush on new line controls whether the output stream is flushed every time a println method is invoked. If true, flushing is automatic, else not. The output of this program is as shown below. Reading and writing files. All files are byte oriented. There are methods to read and write bytes from and to a file. In order to read or write from and to a file, a byte stream needs to be linked to the file. File input stream and file output stream classes are used for this. Reading from a file. In this program, the fully qualified path of the file is passed when running the program. args0 contains the file name with the file path. File input stream takes the file name, including the path, and creates a byte stream. Read method reads one byte at a time and returns it as an integer. It returns -1 when end of file is encountered. The data is read until end of file character is encountered. It is important to close the file once the file data is read. The output of this program is, here's the file path which is printed. In this case, it is this location. So we have a test.txt which has line 1 and line 2 in it. And those are the values that are printed on the console. Let's run this program and check the result of the output. In this program, the intention is to read the data from a file, and the file path will be provided as a runtime argument when we run this program. First, let's go and check the file. Our file is placed in this location, users Java files. The name of the file is first.txt, which has this content, line 1, line 2, line 3, line 4. So let's go and run the program. To run this, since we need to pass the runtime argument, so we'll use the run configurations. In this case, the name of the project is tjava, and the name of the file is read file demo, which is the name of our class that we want to run. And in the arguments type, we need to specify the name of the file with the full path. So in this case, /users /java/files /first.txt. So let's run this program. Yeah, so the print statement file path, which prints the full path of the file. Next, the contents of the file are printed. So we use the read method to read the data from the file, and the print method prints the data that is read. So we have line 1, line 2, line 3, line 4 printed. Writing to a file. This program illustrates copying of text from first.txt file to second.txt file. Both these values are passed when running the program. File input stream takes the file name, including the path, and creates a byte stream to read from. File output stream takes the file name, including the path, and creates a byte stream to write. Read method reads one byte at a time and returns it as an integer. It returns -1 when the end of file is encountered. Write method writes one byte at a time to the file. It is important to close the file once that file data is read or written. Let's run this program and check how it works. So the intention of the program is to read data from a file and write it to another file. The file paths will be passed as runtime arguments. First, let's go and check the location of the file and its contents. So in this case, the file is placed at users Java files, and the name of the file is first.txt. And we will be writing another file at the same location, but the name of the file will be second.txt. Let's go and run this program. Again, let's go to the run configurations because we need to pass the runtime arguments. Here, make sure that you have the correct file name. In this case, the file that we want to run is write file demo. And in the arguments, we have the first argument, which is the file path from where we are going to read the data. And the next argument will be the file path where we are going to write the data that we read from this file. So let's run this program and see if we're able to read and write it to that other file. So in this case here, the first file is first.txt with the complete path, and the second file is second.txt with the complete path. And we also print the data that we have read from the first file, which are line 1, line 2, line 3, line 4. The expectation is that the second.txt file will be created in this path and the data will be returned to that file. So let's go and check it. So we see that the second.txt is written and the content is similar to what is there in the first.txt. To summarize, we have learned that data can be read from input stream and returned to the output stream. There are two main types of streams, byte streams and character streams. To handle binary data, byte stream should be used. To handle character data, character streams should be used. Java provides a class system which has predefined standard streams in, out, and ERR. Data can be read from any source like keyboard, file, etc. And data can be returned to any destination like console, file, etc.